Good morning. I'm doing my Rolling Stones CD collection this morning, following on from the other Rolling Stones collections I've been doing. This is the first one I'm showing you. It's Bridges of Babylon, which has got a slipcase cover. It piques the interest a little bit. One of the later albums. Again, my haphazard approach is just picking them off the pile here, so they're not in any sort of order. This is Still Life, one of the many live albums the Rolling Stones released. We've got Undercover with one, what we call one outstanding track perhaps on there, title track itself. A classic, Some Girls on CD there. Double CD. Martin Scorsese's Shine a Light soundtrack, live with some guest artists like Jack White and Buddy Guy on there. The Grrr Digipack version of Greatest Hits, another many compilations I seem to have collected over the years. 3 CDs, fold out Digipack there, with a gorilla for some reason on the front. Another compilation going back to one of the original ones, Big Hits, High Tide, Green Grass, with that fisheye lens on there. Biggest Bang, one of the last releases, if not the last. If you don't count Blue and Lonesome, which is coming next, I believe, in a sort of added bonus sort of release with various videos and stuff and slipcase and all that. We got, as I mentioned there, given the game away what was coming next, another Digipack, which seems to be the fashion now. Blue and Lonesome, good album. Rolling Stones Rock and Roll Circus, which took a while to get released. I don't think anyone was particularly happy with it at the time. Interesting video, which is in my video collection as well. This is a CD version with all sorts of guests on it, John Lennon, etc., Jethro Tull. Not official in any way. Another place, another time. Box set of radio recordings, 6 discs, TV shows, all sorts, but not too bad actually. Dirty Work, probably one of the lowest points in the relationship of the Rolling Stones, between Keith and Mick. A few good tracks on there. A couple of good tracks. Flashpoint. I was lucky enough to see the tour, Urban Jungle tour in Cardiff at the then House Park, way back in the early 90s. And that's the CD of that tour. And the album prompted that tour, Steel Wheels is here. Particularly like Continental Drift on there, which I think opened the concerts version of that. There's the intro music. Black and Blue. Tiny My Teenager, so it's particularly fond of this album. With the cover with Mick's face and keys. Stripped, a sort of more interesting live album, which has been released. I haven't got the deluxe editions and stuff. I got the original CD bonus video enhanced sort of version. A pumped up version of Road Gold was released a few years back. This is 2 CDs with added tracks that were on the original vinyl thing. It's a fold out with all sorts of stuff going on there. Live Licks, as I said, another live album, which I've got quite a few in the collection because quite a few have been released. Best of the Rolling Stones Jump Back with the boots on the front, from the Rolling Stone Records sort of era, if you want to put it that way, remastered, etc. Start Me Up, Brown Sugar, leading off those that album listing. This is the UK version of the original album, with Route 66, the first track. Rolling Stones in a typical 60s group, mid-60s group picture, I think. There's several artists with that. Double album on one CD, Exile on Main Street, not the later edition. One of those many compilations that was released during the 70s, called Second in the 70s, with a quite eclectic lineup of songs on it. In a digipack there. One of the more recent collections of rarities, although some would argue they're not that rare. A couple of dance versions and live versions, just have another digipack with a photo session on there. It's a single album. Goat's Head Soup with that striking cover of Mick with a stretched look there with a veil over his face. Recorded in Jamaica. Run out of space here a bit. It's Only Rock and Roll. Not one of my favourite album covers, I must admit, on CD, yeah. 40 Licks. I think at the time, this was the first time that the songs from the Rolling Stone records and the Decca and Abco and all that had been pulled together for one release and was trumpeted as a major event at the time. Another compilation, Rewind, with the Rolling Stone record years type track releases. Sticky Fingers, another classic album, the first on that Rolling Stone Records imprint, on CD there. Got it on CD, I was lamenting I didn't have it on vinyl. There it is. I think the best live album ever released, for sheer energy and performance levels. Get your eyes out, Rolling Stones in concert. One of the first CD releases they ever had. Emotional Rescue, that debatably good cover there. No Security, another live tour cash-in, if you want to put it that way. I'm sure some people would. Record of the tour, depends which way you look at it. Here's the Sticky Fingers Deluxe Edition with 2 CDs, and I think eventually the Brown Sugar version with Eric Clapton playing on it finally released. Massive fold-out sort of thing, with all pictures and stuff, and a little booklet inside. Finally doing justice to the album. Also, Some Girls Got the Same Attention. Again, we go with a fold-out sort of double CD version, live concert versions on there as well. Another live album, only the second at the time, I think, if you don't count the 60s one. Love You Live, stadium sort of, the first stadium one, I would say. Voodoo Lounge. As you can see, we seem to be plowing through the CDs here. We come to the final one now, which is Tattoo You, which is intrinsically was tracks were sort of dredged up a bit from previous sessions and worked on to get an album together. So hope you enjoyed that. That's my Rolling Stones CD collection.